Today we're plunging into something that's really, well, it's become a bit of a viral sensation. It's transforming how millions are approaching stress, relationships, just daily life, really. We're talking about the let them theory. So our mission is to unpack this thing. We want to explore its core ideas, look at the science behind it, which is pretty interesting, and most importantly, how you can actually apply it pretty much everywhere in your life to, get back some power, reduce that stress. And the origin is actually quite relatable. It came from a personal moment for Mel Robbins, who created it. She found herself maybe a bit too invested, micromanaging her son's prom plans. You know those moments where you're trying to control something that's not really yours to control. Yeah, well, her daughter, Sawyer, saw what was happening and apparently just grabbed her arm and said something simple, like, Mom, let them. If they want to go to a taco stand in the rain, just let them. And that tiny comment, it just sparked this huge revelation for Mel. Okay, so at its core, the let them theory is this two-part framework. It's pretty straightforward. First part, let them. This is all about letting go of trying to control things you can't. Other people's thoughts, their feelings, what they do, their decisions. Like, okay, let them ignore your text. Or let them have that opinion, even if you disagree. Then there's the second part, and this is, I think, where the real shift happens, is let me. This is where you consciously bring your focus back to what you can control, your own thoughts, your actions, your emotions, how you respond to things. That's where the empowerment is, right? Redirecting that energy back to you. So why should you care about this? Well, if you've ever felt just like completely wiped out trying to control the uncontrollable.
Yeah, and what's fascinating about the let them part is that it's really a conscious act. It's about detaching from stuff, situations, other people's behavior.
Yeah.
That's just outside your influence. It's acknowledging reality, in a way.
Accepting what is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, the let me, that's not passive at all. It's not giving up. It's the active part. It's empowering. It's choosing where to put your energy. Redirecting it inward and making choices that line up with your values.
And this isn't just some feel-good idea she plucked out of thin air, right? There's research behind it.
Oh, absolutely. Robbins really grounds this in, well, decades of research.
Oh.
Psychology, neuroscience, behavioral science, the works.
Yeah.
And it taps into a fundamental truth. You cannot control other people, period.
We all know that intellectually, but
we try. Constantly. And most people, they just exhaust themselves doing it. There's this surprising statistic research suggests something like 7 out of 10 people are living in chronic stress.
Wow, 7 out of 10.
Yeah. And a big part of that stress comes from trying to control others. And it doesn't even work. It often just creates resistance, resentment. It damages the very relationships you're trying to manage.
Okay, so it's exhausting, it's ineffective. What's actually going on in our brains when we get stuck in that loop?
Yeah.
Can you walk us through the science? Why does this simple-sounding shift, let them, have such a big impact?
Sure. Neurologically, it's pretty clear. When you're trying to control someone else, your brain's stress response just kicks into high gear. And this actually shifts control away from your prefrontal cortex.
That's the thinking part, right? The rational bit.
Exactly. Your rational decision-making planning center. Control shifts from there to the amygdala.
The emotional, reactive part.
Mm-hmm. The more primitive fight-or-flight part. So your thinking gets fuzzy, you react more emotionally, less effectively. When you consciously practice let them, you interrupt that stress cycle. You reset it. You bring your prefrontal cortex back online. You regain emotional regulation, the ability to respond thoughtfully. It's like hitting a reset button inside your own head, a real recalibration.
That makes so much sense. It's not just an idea, it's actually changing your brain's state, a physiological shift. Okay, so if let them helps reset our internal stress response, what does that look like out in the world, in the messiness of everyday life? Let's dive into some of those common areas where this can really make a difference. Show its range.
Okay, first up, just stress and daily frustrations.
Right.
Think about those small things that can totally throw off your day, like you're stuck in a massive traffic jam.
Yes. Or the super slow line at the grocery store.
Right. Instead of getting angry or impatient, which just ramps up your own stress, you apply let them, you acknowledge it. Okay, let this be a traffic jam. Let this be a slow line. It is what it is. Then you pivot. Let me choose how I respond. Let me listen to a podcast. Let me practice some deep breaths. You're choosing your response, not just reacting to the circumstance.
Taking back control of your internal state. Yeah, I get that. But what about trickier stuff, like workplace dynamics? The stakes feel higher there, the interactions more complex. So many of us feel like responsible for what colleagues or bosses do. How does let them help there?
Oh, that's huge in the workplace. because it helps you break that cycle of trying to manage difficult colleagues or constantly needing approval from a demanding boss. Take Sarah's story. Her boss was, well, difficult. Constant criticism, changing goalposts, sarcastic remarks.
Sounds familiar for some, I bet.
Right. Sarah realized she couldn't control his behavior. So her approach shifted. It became, okay, let him micromanage. Let him make unrealistic demands. That freed up her energy to focus on what she could control. Let me focus on doing great work. Let me document everything. Let me start looking for a better job.
And did she?
She found a new job within 6 months. It was about taking proactive steps, not just enduring it.
Wow. That's real empowerment, not being a victim of bad behavior.
Exactly. Or think about Sydney dealing with super competitive colleagues. Instead of getting sucked into their game or reacting defensively, she chose, let them be competitive. Let them react how they want to my success. Her focus shifted inward. Let me focus on my performance. Let me build relationships with supportive people.
Smart.
Even a manager dealing with a passive-aggressive team member, someone always missing deadlines. Instead of endless nagging, the shift was, let them manage their own reputation through their actions. And then let me document this. Let me adjust timelines if I have to. Let me make sure there are clear consequences.
It really flips the script from trying to fix them to empowering yourself.
Okay, let's talk family relationships. This is often the hardest area, isn't it? Emotions run deep, long histories.
Yeah.
How do you apply let them without feeling like you're just giving up or checking out?
That's a really important point. It's not about checking out. It's about stepping out of that exhausting loop. Stop trying to change family members' core beliefs or choices, things they're entitled to, like different political views, for instance. That's a common one.
Oh, yeah?
You can say, okay, let them hold their opinions. Your power comes in the next step. Let me decide how much energy I give to this debate versus just trying to keep the peace. Mel Robbins actually shared a powerful story about her own relationship with her daughter, Sawyer. Sawyer felt unseen. Mel was super work-focused. The breakthrough came when they both applied it. Mel decided, let Sawyer have her own work style. Sawyer decided, let Mom work her creative way. And then each of them chose, let me take responsibility for how I show up in this relationship.
That sounds transformative. It apparently was. It shifted them from feeling distant to being close collaborators. And even with, say, toxic dynamics like favoritism.
It's a painful one.
Very. You can apply it, let them have their favorite, let them show who they really are, and then the pivot. Let me build relationships with people who actually value me. Let me stop seeking validation from people who've already shown me where I stand.
That's powerful. Moving from chasing approval to building reciprocal relationships. Okay, what about friendships? Adult friendships can be tricky. They change, people drift. Does this theory encourage just letting them fade?
It encourages accepting the natural evolution, yeah, the seasonal nature of friendships. Robbins talks about the 3 pillars of friendship: proximity, timing, and energy. They shift. She also mentions the great scattering, like after college or when people start families, friendships naturally rearrange.
The great scattering. I know that one.
Right. So instead of desperately clinging to friendships that aren't working anymore due to circumstances, you can let them follow their path. And then let me focus on nurturing the connections that do align with my current life, my energy.
Mel Robbins had an experience with this too, didn't she? Friends going out without her.
Yeah. And instead of resentment, her internal dialogue was, okay, let them go out without me. Let them make their choices.
Yeah.
And then the crucial inward turn. Let me look at my own patterns. How often do I initiate things? It prompts self-reflection, not blame.
Right.
And even in really hard situations, like betrayal, say a friend having an affair with your partner, awful.
Horrible.
The let them helps frame it. Let them reveal their true character. Let them live with that choice. And the let me becomes self-protected. Let me be grateful I saw this now. Let me focus on trustworthy people.
Okay, shifting to romantic relationships and dating, this theory seems like it could bring a lot of clarity there.
Huge clarity. It basically says, pay attention to actions, not just words. The core idea is, if someone is genuinely into you, you won't be constantly confused or guessing.
That hits home for so many people, like ghosting. We all know someone.
Exactly. Jessica's story is a good example. She was getting ghosted. Instead of sending endless follow-up texts, she applied the theory, okay, if he doesn't want to communicate, let him. Let him show me I'm not a priority through his actions.
Ouch. But freeing, maybe.
Yes. Because then she could say, okay, let me invest my time and energy in people who actually show up consistently. Or another example, a woman dating someone for 8 months who kept saying he wasn't ready for commitment, but still acting like they were in one.
The classic situationship.
Pretty much. She uses the theory, okay, let him be uncertain, let him take his time, that's his stuff. But then her power came from, let me decide what I'm willing to accept. How long am I willing to wait? She decided she wasn't willing to wait indefinitely and ended it. Aligned her actions with her own goals.
So it's about setting boundaries based on reality, not hope. Okay, next. Self-comparison in social media. The highlight reel trap.
Oh, that's a constant struggle, isn't it? The theory's pretty direct here. Let them post their perfect-looking highlight reel. Let them share every single achievement. Fine. Then pivot. Let me focus on my own path. Let me celebrate my progress, small or big. It's about protecting your own headspace from that endless, often misleading comparison.
Disengaging from the comparison game. Makes sense. How about parenting and influence? Trying to guide kids without constant battles.
Yeah, the goal here is influence, not control, right?
Yeah.
Choose your battles.
Right.
And this is where Robbins introduces the ABC loop for influencing change. It's quite practical.
ABC loop.
Yeah. A is apologize or ask. Apologize for maybe putting too much pressure on in the past. Ask open-ended questions. Invite them in. B is back off. Give them some space. Observe their behavior without jumping in constantly. And C is celebrate. Acknowledge and genuinely celebrate any positive step, no matter how tiny. Reinforce the good stuff.
Okay, so for little kids, toddler power struggles.
Yeah.
Instead of fighting over every little thing, like if they dump out all the toys.
Maybe let them explore within reason. If they insist on wearing the superhero costume to the store.
Let them. Assuming it's safe, of course.
Exactly. Let them. Doesn't mean abandoning safety or basic needs. That's crucial.
Right. It's not neglect.
No. And for older kids, maybe they're bickering over a toy. Instead of immediately refereeing, let them try to sort it out. Obviously, step in if it gets physical or truly nasty.
Yeah.
But the point is, we still use our parental judgment for health, safety, rest, getting outside. It's about strategically choosing where to exert control to foster their independence, not managing every single second.
Picking battles wisely. Got it. And finally, personal growth and goal achievement.
This one's maybe the most straightforward. It's about keeping your eyes on your own paper, basically. Let me focus on my own development, my own goals. Let me align my actions with what I want to achieve.
Stop getting distracted or derailed by what others are doing or what they might think of your path. Keep your energy focused. These examples really cover a lot of ground. Let's talk specific applications. Healing from heartbreak seems like a big one. Mel Robbins has this 11-week rule. How does let them fit into that?
Yeah, this is a very structured approach she outlines, based on research and therapist input.
Yeah.
It's super actionable. It starts with 30 days of absolute no contact, no texts, no calls, no checking their social media, no looking at old photos. Cut off the triggers.
Hard, but necessary for space.
Crucial. Then, allow about 3 months for processing. Actually feel the grief, the sadness. It's healthy. It's part of healing. The 11-week mark, as interesting research suggests, around 71% of people start feeling significantly better by then.
Okay.
So the let them part during this is constant reinforcement. Let them date someone else. Let them move on. Let them seem happy. That's their journey now, and the let me is your focus. Let me process this grief in a healthy way. Let me focus on self-care. Let me actively rebuild my life and my future.
That's a really concrete plan for a really difficult time. It's interesting how this connects to established psychology, too. It's not just pop psych, is it?
Yeah, not at all. It has really deep roots. Think about Stoicism, accepting what you can't control, taking responsibility for your responses. That's core. Let them, let me.
Right.
It aligns closely with acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT. Focus on values-based actions, not getting tangled up trying to control thoughts or feelings.
Oh.
There are elements of mindfulness, too, that present moment awareness without judgment. And even cognitive behavioral therapy, CDT, challenging those thought patterns that create unnecessary suffering, like, I must make them change.
So it's synthesizing some powerful evidence-based ideas, but let's be clear, because this is important. It's not about being passive, right? Especially not in the face of abuse or serious harm. It's strategic detachment.
Exactly. That distinction is vital. Strategic detachment. The benefit. You protect your energy. You stop pouring it into black holes, into people who drain you.
Yeah.
You set healthier boundaries because you're focused on your response, not trying to force their action.
Yeah.
It lowers anxiety, stops the overthinking, releases that need for external validation.
But frees you up.
Totally. Frees you up to build real, authentic relationships with people who actually want to be there, who reciprocate. And that let me part, that's the revolution, really. It's you taking the reins, making conscious choices, acting on your values, building the life you want.
Okay, but every popular idea faces critique. What are the limitations here? Or potential misapplications?
Good question. Some people do find the book a bit repetitive. And look, implementing this consistently takes real practice, self-awareness. It's not magic.
It's work.
It's definitely work. But the most critical boundary, and Robbins is clear on this, do not apply let them to situations of abuse, discrimination, or where safety is genuinely at risk.
Okay, crucial point. This is for everyday frustrations, relationship dynamics, personal growth, not for ignoring serious harm.
Precisely. It's not about passively accepting things that are fundamentally unjust or dangerous. It's about empowering smart action in those cases.
Can you give an example of that distinction?
Sure. Think about Emily, who faced workplace harassment. Her initial instinct might be to try and fix it, make the harasser like her, smooth things over. Applying let them correctly here isn't let them harass me. It's, okay, let them show their true unacceptable character. Then let me is strategic action. Let me document everything meticulously. Let me seek support from HR or legal counsel. Let me explore my options to get out or make it stop.
So let me is about self-protection and taking concrete steps.
Yes. Or an extreme case, like M, the 16-year-old apprentice plumber, facing severe bullying, even physical abuse. Letting them be abusive is absolutely not the answer. The theory helps frame it. Let them reveal their dangerous nature. And the let me is immediate protective action. Let me report this immediately. Let me get help. Let me remove myself from this unsafe situation. Take your power back through action, not endurance.
That clarity is so important. It's not passivity, it's empowered. Strategic action focused on your well-being and safety when necessary. So bringing it all together, what's the big picture? The transformative impact people are seeing.
The so what is pretty huge, actually. Millions are reporting really tangible results. People consistently say things like, a massive weight lifted off me, so much less stressed, less frustrated, less drained. That's the energy protection piece.
Yeah.
Relationships often improve dramatically.
Yeah.
Because when you stop trying to control people, you allow for more authentic connection. Acceptance, not manipulation. And personally, people report feeling happier, more confident than ever. It really boils down to emotional freedom, more self-respect, better relationships, and just less stress. Because you're finally focusing your energy where it counts.
Yeah, the power of the let them theory seems to be in its simplicity, but also its depth. It's this framework that gives you tools to navigate life with maybe more freedom, more authenticity, definitely more emotional resilience. It's all about shifting your focus, your precious energy, back to where it has the most impact on yourself, your choices, your responses. So maybe as you go about your day-to-day, just think, is there one area, just one situation where you might be exhausting yourself, trying to control something or someone that you just can't? What might it look like, feel like to just let them in that specific instance? And then consciously pivot your energy. Ask yourself, okay, now what about let me? What can I do? How can I respond? The answer might actually surprise you.
Show, let's go, open up your mind and grow. Facts and stories, things you never know. Every episode, we light the glow. Step into the world of Mad Show. Turn it up, let the rhythm flow. Feel the beat, take control. Don't be shy, just let it go. This is where the magic grows. Tune in now, it's the Mash Show. Lights up bright and minds will glow. Every day we learn and grow. Come along and join the flow. New ideas begin to shine. Breaking limits, crossing lines. Every moment feels divine. In the world of Mash Show time. Turn it up, let the rhythm flow. Feel the beat, take control. Don't be shy, just let it go. This is where the magic grows. Tune in now, it's the Mash Show. Lights up bright and minds will glow. Every day we learn and grow. Come along and join the flow.